All week here on Street Signs, we've been looking back to look forward, focusing on the sectors that have soared over the last 5 and 10 years. And today, we're hitting the 15-year mark. So what's the best performing sector since 1998? It is energy. It is up more than 244%, and the one and only sector to even come close to cracking that 200% mark. So what sector will shine 15 years from now? Let's bring in Boston advisors Mike Vogelzang and Premier Financials advisors Mark Martiak. To both of you, great to have you on the show. Mark, let me ask you first of all, look into that big crystal ball, 15 years hence, what's going to be the best performing sector?
We really like the tech sector, Mandy, for a variety of reasons. Increased pent-up IT solutions demand, very attractive valuations, and in fact, based on historical levels and against other sectors, the tech sector is now trading at an 11.7 PE ratio, future 12-month earnings, versus
Where does that stand historically?
Well, historically, it's been at 23. Now, that 23 is obviously biased toward the tech bubble back in 2000.
It skews the whole mean.
It skews the whole mean, exactly.
And you asked this question yesterday because tech is a huge, big umbrella. Inside the tech umbrella, what particular sectors of tech do you like?
Mobile, cloud, software. There's so many sectors right now, and all of the U.S. innovation and technology is really producing game-changing solutions.
Mike Vogelzang, what say you? 15 years bet. What do you bet on?
Well, I'm telling you right now that my August 2028 calendar is booked, so you can't have me back.
What?
That's the most important thing.
No, I'll be long gone by then, my friend.
More important than Street Signs. Come on, we're going to be sitting on a beach somewhere.
I think it's a really interesting question, and you know, the 15 years is long enough so that demographics can take hold, sort of big, long global themes can take hold. So we like two things specifically. One is consumer discretionary, because as the emerging market consumers become, I guess, more like us, become more of a consumer-driven demand, we think particularly U.S. and global consumer discretionary names will be in good places.
I love,
so
Mike, and I want to jump in on
now.
you too, and I'm going to ask our team to put up the graphic that was up when Mandy introduced the segment, because I thought it was so telling. Energy was the best performing sector over the last 15 years. Consumer discretionary was second, which is interesting given how much have we heard, oh, higher energy prices will destroy consumer spending, destroy everybody, and yet look at the two best performing sectors. Sounds like you think that can still continue.
Yeah, never underestimate the power of a shopper, right? I mean, that's basically what we're talking about.
Particularly, right?
Well, U.S., but I think the rest of the world, the emerging market, you know, the U.S. past is their prologue, and I think we're looking for significant growth there. Again, these are big themes, these are big trends. They're hard to invest in any given year, but I think if you look back, that's going to do very, very nicely. And the other one, for the same reason, is healthcare, right? Once people have their protein-based diet, they're going to get heavy and fat, and they're going to want better healthcare. So those are the other two areas where I think U.S. companies particularly are well situated.
You tell it how it is. You tell it how it is. Mark, what's going to be the worst performing sector over the next 15 years?
Well, that's really hard to predict because
because if it is, it won't exist in 15 years.
Precisely, Brian. And also
buggy whips.
I hadn't thought about it, but
really hot there.
You know, when I talk with my clients, I really want to focus and highlight the best performing sectors. So intriguing investment opportunities generally boil down to a few factors: future growth strategies and attractive valuations. So we look at the sectors from that perspective, and that's how we approach it with our clients.
Can you answer the same question, Mike? What's going to be the worst performing sector?
You know, I took a look back since 1989, almost 25 years, and financials are the worst performer by a long shot. Now, they just went through a huge bear market. They sort of led the bear market of '08. Maybe that has some impact there. But, you know, financial services, particularly in the United States, are so massively sort of over-purchased and oversupplied, really, that it's going to. I have a feeling financials are going to have a tough time making a lot of headway, particularly because of increasing regulation. So that would be my bet for probably a longer-term, slower grower with potentially kind of weak results over the next 10 or 15 years.
All right, Mike, Mark, gentlemen both, thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Mandy.